Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be going over the Green Bay Packers' dominant victory over the Minnesota Vikings by a final score of 23-6. As though the offense didn't fire on all cylinders today, they didn't have to because this defense made 9 look like a fool as they completely demolished the Vikings' hopes. Scoring got started in the first quarter with a Will Reichard 52-yard field goal, making it 3-0 Minnesota. But the Packers took the lead on an Emmanuel Wilson 1-yard touchdown run to make it 7-3 Green Bay. McManus hit a 32-yard field goal in the second quarter, making it 10-3 Green Bay. And then Reichard hit a 59-yard field goal to make it 10-6 Green Bay at halftime. In the third quarter, after a Packers punt that got muffed by the Vikings, the Packers took over and had a 1-yard Emmanuel Wilson rush to make it 17-6 Green Bay. McManus had a pair of field goals, a 30-yarder and a 40-yarder in the fourth quarter to make the final score 23-6. For Green Bay, they led in total yards 288 to 145. No turnovers compared to the Vikings 3. 22 first downs compared to the Vikings 10. Only 2 penalties for the Packers, 2 for 10. They were 7 of 14 on third down, 2 for 4 in red zone, and had time of possession by a wide margin of 37 minutes, which really saves our defense for Thursday against the Lions. So, look at the box score here as well. Jordan Love didn't have the greatest day in the world, but he didn't have to. Went 14 of 21, 139 yards, no touchdowns, no interception, had 1 sack, QBR 76.1, and pass rating 85.2. Remember, he had a very bruised up shoulder that limited his throwing motions, so the Packers went with a more run-heavy approach. Malik Willis went 1 for 1 on the final drive when the Packers took out Love for 7 yards. Emmanuel Wilson had a career day, had 28 carries for 107 yards, including 2 touchdowns. Chris Brooks 8 for 21 as well. Christian Watson had 5 catches for 49 yards, Wicks 2 for 32, Dobbs 2 for 23, and Wilson 2 for 18 as the passing game. Again, because of Love's injury and the way the Packers were just dominating the run game, did not do too much. Zane Anderson recovered a fumble on the punt as well. And the defense, oh my goodness, this defense we got a lot to talk about here. Isaiah McDuffie stepping in for the injured Quay Walker had a career day. 9 total tackles, 5 solo, half a sack, a pass deflection, quarterback hit, also had an interception in this game. Evan Williams had a tackle for loss and a pass deflection. Colby Wooden, a tackle for loss. Devontae Wyatt, 2 sacks and 2 tackles for loss. Micah Parsons, 2 sacks on the game, 2 tackles for loss. Warren Brinson also had half a sack as well. And Igbari had a tackle for loss as well, and Javon Buller had a pass breakup, as did Rashawn Gary, who also helped pressure on the McDuffie interception, basically led to McDuffie getting the pick there. Evan Williams also had an interception today on the Vikings' last drive, as the Packers did the skull chant in the end zone to mock the Vikings there. Savion Williams, decent at kick returner. Romeo Dobbs, decent at punt returning. McManus, after a couple of bad weeks, was perfect on kicks this week, was really good. And Dan Whelan, he's an all-pro level punter this year. Had 4 punts for 190 yards, average of 47.5, including 3 inside of 20, along a 63. And one of his punts bounced so well that it caused a fumble that led directly to a Packers touchdown. For the Vikings, McCarthy was absolutely terrible. 12 of 19 for 87 yards, 2 interceptions, and got sacked 5 times for 35 yards. Dude was absolute garbage. And so, yeah, just got to give a massive shout out to a couple groups here. Got the defense. My goodness, this defense made JJ McCarthy's life hell. The pass rush was getting there all over. Micah Parsons was a one-man wrecking crew. As on Devontae Wyatt's sack, he bulldozed through 3 guys to force a pressure. Got 2 sacks on the game. Yeah, and that's 10 sacks on the year from Micah. He is worth every single thing the Packers gave up and every single penny they paid him. Isaiah McDuffie, like I said, had an excellent game. Stepped right in, played the best football I've seen him play ever, and was just very, very, very good. Evan Williams continues to be a stud safety, being one of the best draft picks from the Packers 24 draft class, which includes Edgerrin Cooper and Javon Buller, who both play very solid football as well. And Devontae Wyatt, in his first true game back, had 2 sacks in this game as well. So, yeah, good job there. Also got a shout out Emmanuel Wilson, stepped right in for Josh Jacobs, had a good run game. 107 yards, 2 touchdowns, played generally pretty well. Some of the run calls were a bit repetitive and boring, but with the way the Packers were playing, just eating up the clock, trying to prevent as many injuries as they can, especially with an injured Jordan Love to prepare for the Detroit game, I'm not as mad about the play calling as I normally would be, mainly because of just how dominant the Packers were in this game as well. And offensive line generally played pretty well. When Jordan Love did drop back the pass, they protected him very well, which he needed with that shoulder injury that might be a cause for concern, but we'll see what happens in Detroit. And they also generally blocked the run decently well as well. Looks like Anthony Belton took over Jordan Morgan very early on in this game at right guard to be that bigger oomph in the run game. They used Darian Kennard in 6 offensive line packages several times this game to break off big runs. And yeah, no, this was a very complete Packers victory where for the first time in a long time, all 3 phases of this game played well. Offense ran solid. That's what all they needed to do because the defense was basically perfect and the special teams was really good as well. Like, I don't know how else to say this. This was one of the most complete Packers victories I have seen. And so now the Packers are 7-3-1. And because the Bears still won by 3 points against the Steelers, they're Steelers backup, by the way. The Bears are still first in the NFC North. Packers second, Lions third, all within a win of each other. And the Packers play on Thanksgiving against the Detroit Lions. And that should be a very, very fun game, as the Lions barely beat the New York Giants in overtime last week. And their defense ain't looking too good. The Packers are looking pretty solid. We'll see what happens on Thanksgiving, but this should be a really, really fun game. And then the Packers played the Bears the first week of December, a game that I am going to go see in Lambeau for the first time ever. And now that the Bears are playing some winning football as well, this will be a very, very fun couple of weeks here. But that's all I got here for today, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.